Are you really gonna make biscuits while I'm recording?
Always wants to be the main character, I swear.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be on my lap. Say hi to everyone. Anyway, hi. It's been 3 months. I didn't die. I'm not dead. But yeah, it's been a long time. And I don't know, I think I'm a bit shy and out of practice, I don't know. Today it's gonna be a bit of a different sort of video, I think, because I was going through some of my old stuff, just cleaning up, doing some winter cleanup, and I stumbled upon my university photo album with like my film photography and all of that, and I figured it could be a very cool theme to talk about. And I went, again, it was still summer. It's like almost winter, but yeah, I went on the summer. I went to the photography studio and the photography lab on my university just to talk to some old friends, old professors, and I did a little bit of photography, and I figured I could show you guys and we could talk about it. I don't know. Yeah, this is my album. I made it myself. Actually, me and my dad. My dad made the album for me. He did all the binding and stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but this part right here, he made the binding for me and all of that. My film camera, it's this one. Let me put it closer. The lighting, it's not the best, so sorry. But yeah, my camera, the film one that I have is the Praktica LB, and it has a fixed lens, so I can't change the lens on this one, which is a shame, but it's fine. I used this one, and then I used just Canon. No, it wasn't a Canon. Or was it? I think it was a Canon, but it was from my university. Like, I rented it to take some other pictures that I couldn't take of this one. And yeah, this is my baby. It was actually from my grandfather, and then it went to my mom, and then it's mine. I usually film with a 160, 180, no. I shoot a film in black and white with these ones, this film. Digitally, I do colors and I like the contrast. For example, some of the pictures that I share on my Instagram and stuff. But for albums and films and etc., I enjoy black and white. I think it gives a very old and kind of mysterious vibe, if you do it right. Which I don't always do, but yeah. So we're gonna go through some of my favorites. We actually have themes on this album. We had 4 themes. We had architecture, nature, people, and a more abstract sort of theme that you could shoot whatever you wanted if you thought it was interesting enough. But first we had many rehearsals that we could learn about the exposure, the ISO, the amount of time that you can burn the paper. I used this brand, and I usually use the matte one. I'm gonna show you some of the test strips that we do on the classes. It's usually a test where you see how much of exposure, if it needs a filter, if it needs a less open sort of light, a more open, more time, less time, all that stuff, all that good photography stuff. We did a lot of tests, some more abstract than others. For example, these ones, these were tests. These little strips that I'm mentioning, but with different times, so it's gonna look very different. Though my favorite were these ones with the light bulbs. I think it gives a very cool effect. It's like a X-ray sort of thing. I really enjoyed doing these tests. I actually did 2 films. I tested one out just so that I could play with it. I wanted to play a little bit before I had to do any exercises and to do my final album sort of thing. I used this one, but on the second one I did a lot better, and I think it was very good that I could experiment with this one first so that I could see where I went wrong and try a bit better. I did small like illustrations for my themes. I don't know, I was very inspired during my university days. And then we began. And this is the strips that I was mentioning and talking about. Like you can see, it has all the different lightings, and then I have here the time. This one was my favorite. I don't know, I think I managed to give it a very cool old vibe. I really liked it. This was on the way to university, so I took a lot of time to actually photograph this one. I had filter on this one and not on this one. So you can see clearly that it changes a lot in the photography, and I think that's very cool. These 2 are my favorites. The first one, I don't know, I think it gives a very old, despite the woman in the sunglasses. I have no idea what this shade is, but I think it gives it a charming look. Almost like haunted, like ghosts. So yeah, these 2 were my favorites on this one. This is the second theme, it's nature. Again, I did a little doodling. These 2 were my absolute favorites, so they are front page. I was very proud of these ones. Yeah, I really liked how the first one had a lot of information, but very soft. It gives it had a very soft look. But the second one has a lot more contrasts. I really worked the blacks and the shades on this one. And these ones, they are not the best, but they hold a very special meaning to me. This is my beach. I don't claim it, but at the same time I do. It's mine. I spent my childhood here, so it's my beach. So yeah, it's not a very good photography, but I wanted to capture something. I wanted to have a photo that I took while remembering all those things, if that makes sense. I don't know. I tried the glossy effect just on a couple of pictures to see what the big difference was, because it actually gives a lot of a difference. Very moody, it gives a very moody sort of vibe, sort of feeling. And then we go to people and portraits, basically. Here's my absolute favorite portrait. It's my mom. She had a longer hair on this one. She usually has a very short hair. It has a glossy effect. Again, I think on people it looks better. I can't explain it very well. My cousin being a very handsome young man. People used to say that we looked a lot like brothers because of our hair, and our eyes are kind of the same. But yeah. This is my grandpa. I think I managed to capture everything I wanted, which was the glasses, the wrinkles, the texture that he has on his skin, because he was a fisherman and he worked a lot on close to the sea and the river. So he caught a lot of sun, and of course sun damages your skin as you age. So I wanted to capture that. So yes. The first one is actually me, but in the middle of 3 mirrors, so it was a bit of a mind fuck to shoot, because you can't shoot and see how it looks. You have to trust your gut, sort of. And yeah, that was basically my album. I also still have all the film. I keep it stored away in case I want to redo. Yeah, it's very pretty. I did these 2. I took a bunch. I took 30, but I couldn't decide on which one I wanted to do. So I developed this one. It looks very odd I understand, but I really enjoyed the effect that I was able to do, like here. Yeah, it looks like light blobs, sort of, but I really like the effect that it gives. And there's a little person here. I didn't want to draw so much attention to it, but I captured it. And this one is actually cake. Actually, it's not that good of a story, but I was kind of sad and I brought cake to my family to cheer myself up. So I took a picture of the cake, and I don't know, I really like it. It gives a sort of Marie Antoinette sort of feel. For those pictures, I actually filmed a little bit of the lab and the process. Not totally, because I am still very uncomfortable filming outside of these four walls. For example, I film when I go to places and stuff, but it's very low-key. But on the lab, I'm alone with just my teacher or someone else that it's there, so yeah, I'm still very uncomfortable on that, so moving on. I filmed a little bit, and we're gonna go to past Mafi. She's gonna show you how it all came together, so
és tu e a Maria 3. Sei, basicamente. Depois já demos dois, eles quatro.
but yeah, the color looks great. They turned out amazing. So now on to the fun part.
Ainda mais.
Três deve estar alguma coisinha. And yeah, that concludes today's video. Hopefully it was an interesting theme. I didn't want to sound like I'm teaching. That's not what I want. Because first, I'm not the best at it. I had classes, but it was just 1 year and you learn so much more as you go. I'm still learning. So I don't want to teach people. And I just wanted to share. It was fun going down memory lane by myself when I found it, so I wanted to share with everyone. And hopefully, I don't know, people that do photography, if they stumble upon my video, they can give me, I don't know, advice, tips on the comments how I should improve. Yeah, that was basically my whole spiel, but that ends it. I am very sorry for 3 months with no news. I've been sort of active on Instagram and stuff. I've been doing some collages and I have fun sometimes with that. I don't do it every day, but I've been having fun a little bit with it. But I want to get back to filming because I still enjoy it, and it's one of the few things that I still enjoy. So I want to get back into it. I just need to fix some stuff. But yeah, I hope it was fun to watch. Hopefully you won't wait too long for another one. Hopefully. And I'll see you guys on my next one. And we're gonna bring it in for our hug. It's been 3 months without any hugs for me. I hope no one was too sad about it. So yeah, I'll see you guys on my next one. Thank you so much, and let's bring it in. Let's go.